Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. There does seem to be an awful lot of politicking at this year's Edinburgh Fringe. All these second-tier MPs and MSPs, politicians, all desperate, trying to remain relevant, or at least staying in the public eye, trying to push forward some kind of agenda, that sort of thing. And we've covered several of the stories there. We have covered Alex Salmond a few times with various things that's happened to him. But this one is slightly different. He is taking a shot across the bows of the Greens, and in particular, Patrick Harvie. According to Salmond, Harvie is, in his words, a total idiot. Although I think he's probably spot on. I think we can all agree that the Greens generally are rather ridiculous, and that Harvie is indeed a total idiot. But what he's saying is that the Greens, as an organisation, are a little bit like teenagers. They have a naive worldview. They have a total belief in what they do. They refuse to accept reality and can't understand why people reject their particular brand of lunacy. So we'll take a look at this article, see exactly what Salmond is saying about Harvie, and saying why everything they do is ridiculous and how they're not engaging with the very people they need to be engaging with. Here goes. So here we are. Alex Salmond brands Green Minister Patrick Harvie a total idiot. And as I say, I think we can all agree with that. Why, I wonder, is Patrick Harvie trying to look like Mahatma Gandhi? Seems a very odd stance to stake, isn't it? Anyway, Alex Salmond has ramped up his attack on Humza Yousaf's Green Minister Patrick Harvie, calling him a total idiot at his show at the Edinburgh Fringe. Former SNP Cabinet Secretary Fergus Ewing also likened the SNP governing with the Greens to teenagers getting in with the wrong crowd. Because you've got these people who are fundamentally stupid. I mean, they absolutely are fundamentally stupid, and they have this naive fixation with what they believe, and they cannot accept that other people will have a different view. And they also, and this is the important one, they cannot accept facts. They cannot accept reality. And when presented with something like, for example, heat pumps, and they are shown the numbers, they are shown the actual facts about heat pumps. Now, they're totally not suitable both for the climate of Scotland and also for the housing stock of Scotland. They ignore the facts. They change the facts. Oh, look, it works there and it works there and it works there. Totally ignoring the facts, and they insist that they're right. Now, I mean, the very rich, the very powerful, and the very stupid have something in common. And that is when the facts don't align with their opinions. They don't change their opinions. They change the facts, and that is what you're seeing here. He's absolutely spot on in calling them, total idiots, Anyway, interviewed by broadcaster Ian Dale at the Pleasance EICC, Mr. Salmond cited Mr. Harvie's recent public spat over home heat pumps with Labour peer Willie Hockey. Now, of course, you've got to remember before we go any further, Hockey is one of the experts in the field. He's the largest supplier and installer of these things. Now, in reality, it would be in Hockey's interest to have heat pumps fitted to every single house. That would be in his financial interest. And yet he's willing to come out, Hockey, and say, for heaven's sake, no, don't. It's inappropriate. It's wrong. It won't work. People will be left cold. People will be left poor, massively out of pocket. It would destroy the economy, and chances are it wouldn't even get hot enough to kill bacteria and things in the water supply. You would end up with people dying. But presented with these facts by the expert in the field, Harvie ignores the facts and says, no, we're still going to push on with them. Now, at that point, once you're going beyond human health issues, it stops being funny. You stop being an idiot and you start becoming a threat. And that's where Harvie's got to. Anyway, Salmond was saying, if we can carry on with this, Salmond was saying, governments shouldn't be insulting leading industrialists in Scotland, talking about Hockey, for no reason, he said, adding that the current FM should end the SNP Green joint government deal. So there's another sort of, well, he's senior, now he's not SNP, but he used to be SNP, but he's another one saying that the Greens should be ousted from power. Later in the day, Mr. Salmond went further at his own Westminster-style debate show, The Ayes Have It, attacking Mr. Harvie directly, not merely his judgment. Speaking in favour of Scottish independence, because of course he predicted his unionist opponents in the debate would use the Greens to attack independence. He said, "We're going to hear a lot about Patrick Harvie, as if we should decide the case for independence on a total idiot like Patrick Harvie. Don't be ridiculous." Well, of course they are, because you cannot have independence based on the SNP's version of independence when the SNP's judgment is seen to be so bad that they are willing to go into power with the Greens. Going into power with the Greens shows that their judgment is questionable, and you cannot trust anyone with power if their judgment is that bad. So yes, it is relevant. I'm sorry on this one. He's got it wrong. He's saying that we shouldn't judge. This is Salmond saying you shouldn't judge the SNP or independence on the Greens. But yes, actually, you should, because anyone stupid enough to go into power with the Greens, you cannot trust them with independence. Even you say that they're stupid. So, you can't have it both ways there on that one, Alex. Mr. Salmond has repeatedly called for all the pro-independence parties to come together and contest elections under a single Scotland United banner. In his own contribution to the debate, Mr. Ewing also referred to Mr. Harvie as he extolled Scotland's traditional North Sea industries. He said, "Look at what we've got. Look at the resource we've got. Not just oil and gas, which is still, despite the Green chap whose name has been mentioned once or twice, we still have got tremendous resources from oil and gas. And what I think he perhaps doesn't understand, and I do, is the people in our industry are respected world leaders." He was then interrupted by a fellow speaker, David Davis, the former Brexit secretary, and asked, "How is all this going to work with Patrick Harvie in government?" Well, of course, you daren't keep him in government, and this is why so many people are calling for the Greens to go. Mr. Ewing replied, "You know how in teenage years some of our kids maybe get in with the wrong crowd, but you know what happens is you grow up. That's what happens." Mr. Ewing also joked about the police probe into the SNP's finance, which saw a luxury motorhome seized from outside the home of Nicola Sturgeon's mother-in-law. He said, "I've been around in the SNP for a hell of a long time. So long that I can remember the days when we couldn't even afford to rent a camper van." Mr. Ewing said, "The Scottish Greens have been asked for comment but refused to give one because, well, it was hard, isn't it? Hard answering questions when you're the subject of the truth, when people look at you and think you're an idiot, but you're a dangerous idiot as well." I shall round off and I shall come up. So I don't think Alex Salmond's got this one spot on. The Greens are filled with morons. And the moron in chief is Patrick Harvie, who is now no longer just an idiot, though. He is getting to the point where he's becoming dangerous. Dangerous to public health, dangerous to people's jobs, dangerous to the economy as a whole. And given the various and multiple failures of Lorna Slater, I think, of course, it's about time that this Butte House agreement was brought to a close. But, of course, Humza won't do it. And, indeed, I think he's at a point where he can't. Now, we have this. He set his stall behind this and said, it's worth its weight in gold. So, for him to end it would be seen as a humiliating climb down. So, I think he's got to keep it. He's got to push for it all the time. The only trouble is, he can keep pushing it, he keeps pushing it, but more and more people within the party want it gone. And ultimately, he will either have to agree to what they want and have his humiliating climb down, or he will be ousted. Watch this space. We'll see what happens on this front. Anyway, I shall round off there. Do please hit that subscribe button, though, because I think you work hard and you try and get these things. And it's nice to see the subscriber base going, because the more there are, the more the videos go out, the wider the distribution. The algorithm looks at various things. So do like the video, do subscribe. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and remember, Patrick Harvie is a dangerous idiot. Bye.